Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to Jury Sisters channel. This is Vidyashri here. Hope you all are having a lovely day. Today's topic for discussion is general exceptions under Indian Penal Code. This is the first video of the series of law of crimes in India. Please watch all the videos of the series which will be uploaded one by one. Let us begin. The contents which I'm going to deal in this video is the introduction about general exceptions and two categories of general exceptions, excusable and justifiable, and the object of the general exception and the applicability of it and the burden of proof and the standard of proof. So these are all the list under chapter 4 general exceptions we will be dealing in the series like mistake of facts, accident and misfortune, necessity, infancy, insanity or mental abnormality, intoxication, judicial acts, consent in communication, duress and tribal acts and private defense finally under section 96 to 106 in detail. Basically, Indian Penal Code defines crimes and prescribes the punishment for those crimes. It also prescribes the exceptions under Chapter 4 of Indian Penal Code, captioned as General Exceptions, comprising of Section 76 to 106, which exempts the certain persons from criminal liability. What does it mean? Where all the essentials of an offense or the crime are there, but still the accused by taking one of the prescribed exceptions gets acquitted. Why? Because the purpose of the exception is to exclude a person from criminal liability even though his acts fulfills all the ingredients of the provisions of crime. A wrongdoer who has committed an actus reus with the requisite of mens rea may escape from the liability because he has a general exceptions to offer as a reply to the prosecution. So, general exceptions which limit and override the offences or the penal provisions of Indian Penal Code. After analyzing what is general exceptions, it reveals that these exceptions can be grouped under two broad categories of differences, that is, excusable exceptions and justifiable exceptions. The first category is where the law excuses certain class of persons even though their acts constitute an offenses. Whereas the second category, that is justifiable category, is where the acts committed, though are offences, are held to be justifiable under certain circumstances and hence exempted from the provisions of IPC. For example, the acts of the infants, the acts of the insane peoples, or the acts of the intoxicated persons, that is, influenced by alcohols, or the acts done under the mistake of fact or by the accident, falls under the excusable acts, whereas the acts done by a person justified in law, or the judicial acts, or the acts done out of necessity under duress with the consent, the acts which is causing slight harm to the trivial incidents, and acts done in the private defenses of body or the property of a person falls under the justifiable defenses. The very object of this general exceptions is that each and every penal provisions or the clauses is subject to a number of limitations and no offenses can be absolute without any exceptions. According to Section 6 of Indian Penal Code, it mandates a court to read every definition of an offences or penal provisions, including the illustrations appended thereto, subject to general exceptions. That means every provisions under the Indian Penal Code has to be read along with the chapters on general exceptions before coming to any conclusion on the liability or the culpability of a person accused of a crime. The Section 40, Para 2 of the Indian Penal Code defines the word offences as denoting a thing punishable under IPC as well as under a special or a local law. This means this in general exception is applicable not only to the IPC but also to the penal provisions in other special and the local acts. The title General Exceptions under Chapter 4 of the Indian Penal Code is therefore adopted to convey that these exceptions are available to the accused of all the offences. It is a very fundamental rule of the criminal justice system is that a person is innocent until proved guilty. So there is also always a presumption of innocence in favor of the accused, and the burden of proving every aspects of the crime like motive, the mens rea, actus rea, and the causation is solely on the prosecution side. So the prosecution has to prove the guilt of the accused beyond any reasonable doubt. So under section 105 of Indian Evidence Act 1872, it gives the burden on the accused to prove that the case falls within one of those general exceptions. So the court calls upon the accused to show that the circumstances bringing the case within those general exceptions are present. And also under section 103 of Indian Evidence Act 1872, it also provides that when a person wishes that the court to believe in the existence of any particular fact, the burden of proofs lies on the person who desires the court to believe in it, unless the law specifically provides that the burden lies on any other particular person or not. The amount of evidences which is necessary to prove an assertion or claim in a trial, which means the amount of evidences which the prosecution must present in a trial in order to win in a case. So there are different cases requires a different standard of proofs depending on what is at stake. The common standards which we follow in the criminal cases is like beyond any reasonable doubt. In such criminal cases, the defendant to be convicted of a crime, the prosecutor must prove the case to the point that the court have no reasonable doubts in their minds that the defendant did whatever he is charged with having done. And other standard of proofs are like clear and convincing evidences. So it mostly applicable to the civil cases, but not to the criminal cases, but very rarely to the criminal cases as well. And the third standard of the proofs is preponderances of the evidences. So I told you earlier, this is the first video of the series of law of crimes in India, and the multiple videos will be uploaded one by one of this series. Please do watch and stay connected with us, guys. Thank you so much.